Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigeria newspapers. And I begin with the Guardian newspaper. The major story here, Biafra Day turns bloody, soldiers killed as IPOB enforces sit at home in Southeast. And that's the cartoon depicting the new anthem and some other issues there. Galvanizing a new Nigeria with an old anthem. That's what the story is about. Oyedele seeks tax forbearance for critical sectors, 800 naira to $1 import duty forex rate. World No Tobacco Day, tighten news on cigarette access to curb youth addiction, experts urge federal government. And the federal government, Labour, OPS continue, that's organized private sector, continue minimum wage talks today. We'll move now to the front page of this Nigeria. The major story still talking about sit at home, soldiers killed in bloody Biafra Day at Aba, activities crippled in Southeast as police gunned down suspect in Anambra, recover guns, students disguise themselves to write exams. And that's the picture of the president cutting the tape to inaugurate the Wuse interchange. We'll build a nation where no one is excluded. That's what the president said. Wuse interchange road unveiled as Wike Lord's president. Local government autonomy suit, file defense in 7 days, Supreme Court orders governor. And poverty in North unacceptable, says Tinubu, asks Arewa to hold governors accountable. Those are some of the stories you find on the front page of this Nigeria newspaper. We move now to the front page of the First News newspaper. IPOB's economic siege, Southeast states plunge into silence as sit-at-home order takes toll. Two soldiers killed in Abia, Ohaneze distances self. Nnamdi Kanu in soldiers' killings, Southeast governors condemn act. Another story here. Student loan scheme gains momentum, over 60,000 applications received, 30,000 processed. Now Fund is saying this. State varsity students to also benefit from loan scheme. We shall prevail against insecurity. That's what the president is saying as well. Another story here quickly. First year anniversary, Ghana now richer than Nigeria, economist Rwani reveals. Some stories you find on the front page of the First News newspaper. And quickly, still on the First News newspaper, Yoruba traditional DNA, easier means to resolve paternity disputes, says Ifa priest. Elebu Ibon, I believe this will be of interest to some of our viewers. To the New Telegraph now. Still talking Rivers crisis, court bars 25 pro-wicked lawmakers from legislative duties. Tax Reform Committee proposes 800 naira to $1 as import duty rate. And Tantita Services there congratulating the president for his 1 year in office. And to the Leadership newspaper, we have legal fireworks begin over local government autonomy. Supreme Court gives states 7 days to file defense, fixes June the 13th for hearing. Revamp 774 local governments for effective service delivery, Tinubu tells governors. CSOs express hope. And 60,000 apply for student loans in 1 week. To the Nation newspaper now. Council autonomy battle rages at Supreme Court. And at the top corner there, Tinubu Lords Makinde opens 76.67 kilometer Alawa Kala Road, 30,000 successful applications in for student loan, 9.5 million visit portal in 1 week. Security has improved under Tinubu, says ex-UK envoy. Court to sentence Donald Trump for felony July the 11th. Ibraheem?
Right, first with me here is Daily Times with the kicker, autonomy for local government. Supreme Court gives governors 7 days to file defense to federal government suit. Orders federal government to file reply within 2 days. Hearing of suit to begin June the 13th. Donald Trump found guilty in hush money case. Tinubu to governors prioritize needs of local communities. Rivers political crisis. Court sacks 25 defected lawmakers. Sit at home. Southeast Governors Forum condemns attack on soldiers in Abia. Edo election will proceed unhindered despite setbacks, says INEC chair. Unbridled attacks on military personnel will affect troops' morale. Director of the DHQ, warns citizens. Defense headquarters warns citizens. Next is Nigerian News Direct. Electricity distribution. Federal government secures $500 million World Bank loan to strengthen DISCO's liquidity to boost metering penetration across the country. And also, you see the infographics here with celebrating resilience, year of progress, according to the Federal Ministry of Works, giving a scorecard there. Then, excluding FCT from TSA propelled development, that's according to Wike Transcorp. The Transcorp Group posts 57% revenue growth. Next is Daily Independent. Minimum wage. Labour, federal government in make or break meeting today. NLC, TUC vow to mobilize for strike if negotiation is deadlocked. Government asks Labour to be considerate, patriotic in their demand. Federal government moves to cushion effects of subsidy cuts. Commissions 5.2 millimeter SCFD CNG plans. NNPC plans to roll out 6 more CNG stations nationwide. Electricity. Federal government secures $500 million World Bank loan to bolster distribution. Why I'm confident that Nigeria shall prevail against insecurity. That's according to Tinubu. Seek political means to end Kano's incarceration. Ohaneze urges Tinubu. Sit at home. Southeast governors' orders condemn killing of soldiers in Abia. Partial compliance as residents defy order in Anambra, Ikpoyi, Enugu. Troops kill 640 terrorists. Nab 1,051 in 1 month. And above the nameplate, Rivers crisis. Court bars 25 pro-Wike lawmakers from conducting legislative business. Local government autonomy. Supreme Court orders 36 states to file defense within 7 days. Next is Daily News Hub. Rivers crisis, fresh troubles for 25 pro-Wike lawmakers as court declares their seats vacant, restrains them from parading themselves as assembly members, bars Fubara State Attorney General, Chief Judge from relating with sacked lawmakers. Also, Kano Emirate tussle. Governor Yusuf Ribadu in closed-door meeting in Abuja as district heads pledge loyalty to Sanusi amid legal battle. Over 60,000 apply for student loan in 6 years. Nigeria's growth rate to increase to 4.4% in 2025. That's according to the Africa Development Bank. Presidency, Tinubu faced spiritual threats, but won. That's according to Akonde. Father arrested for selling 6 biological children in Sokoto. Police arrest killers of 6 core members in 2011. Bauchi post-election crisis. Sit at home. Rampaging IPOB militants kill soldiers in Abia. Ground economic activities across Southeast. And on the ear of the newspaper, local government autonomy, federal government state governors begin legal fireworks at Supreme Court. Hearing fixed for June the 13th. And Olympics, Team Nigeria begins campaign June 2nd. Nature News is next. Farmers blame tomato price hike scarcity on pest insecurity. Tinubu canvasses support for vulnerable small island nations. Cocoa Board restores over 60,000 hectares of farmland in Ghana. Kogi makes contingency plans ahead of flooding. Kwara begins climate actions, convert 20 petrol vehicles to CNG. Also, Salako advocates climate-centric health workforce at WHA 77. Federal government disburses 309 billion naira to support agri activities. And also, fact check, Can solar panel cause fire hazard? You can read that up on from the Nature News newspaper. Last but not least is the Nation Sporting Life. Boniface worth 131 billion naira. Chelsea appoint Maresca on 5-year deal. Man United eye Greenwood. Joao Alex swap deal. Ndidi rejects Sevilla, prefers Atletico Madrid. Lukman named. AC Milan named Europe's fastest growing club. Man United keen on signing Chalobah for £30 million. And Man United handed huge blow on Hunt for Braithwaite. Saudi Pro League target Diaz, Gomez, and Sesko wants Arsenal over Man United Chelsea. That's about it for the newspapers up for review.
Well, the stories of development coming out of the Southeast is, well, topmost across the papers this morning. Yeah. But one of the stories that interests me is that of a Yoruba traditional ruler who says that the Yoruba traditional DNA easier means to resolve paternity disputes. And he said that actually what is giving rise to this matter of paternity cases and all is because a lot of persons refuse to embrace the traditional way of DNA as it is. He's an Ifa priest in Oshogbo. He's called Chief Ifeanyi
Elebuibon, yeah.
That's quite interesting to me, though.
Yeah, you know, some people believe that, for instance, those who even swear oath of allegiance, or those who, this is the politicians who take office, is rather than swearing by the Bible or the Quran, which they're actually effective, but then they believe that it takes time.
Yeah.
But the traditional means, you know, is very
Judgment
fast.
is now.
The way thunder strikes, it just goes like that. So I don't know how they want to go about that. I don't know how that is done, the DNA. Well, we've seen it in different Nollywood movies where they have to swear to the deity, you know, to determine who or
really
to,
the father
to fish
is.
out, you know, paternity fraud, or who is actually, you know, affected by that. But then, whatever it is, it depends on whether that is legal or not legal, whether it is religious or not.
But tradition is tradition.
Yeah, it's
right?
subjective to what people believe in.
Yeah, it's subjective to your belief. Yeah. And he also agreed that this varies from family to family and all of that. Yeah. So it's not like there's a particular way to doing that, but it's based on
You know what they call orodile? Yeah, orodile is just the way things are done in certain clan. So this is what we do. These are the rites, religious rites that we do, traditional rites rather, that we
carry out.
So if you don't do them, then maybe they will be experiencing different things. Maybe that's what they're trying to call for.
Anyway, let's move on now on TVC Breakfast. Chief Justice of Nigeria summons Chief Judge of the Federal